Maybe I can redo my FNAF series. That would be something new. And FNAF videos, especially plush ones, get a lot of views. Yeah. Oi! Aren't you forgetting something? Alright, you guys. Whoopsies. We've been waiting for God knows how long to appear, or whenever you plan to do with the series. You made all of us. Like, genuinely, look at us. You made us. So, when are we going to appear? I mean, the rest of us, Chuck, the Blues, and I already appeared, but still, where's the rest of us? As of us. As the King Pig, I demand you finish Angry Birds the Golden Egg Saga, or whatever you have planned for it. Besides, it's been like, I don't know, like a couple of months since you posted, like, episode 5? Geez, episode 5, God, we haven't even come that far. Yeah, but yeah, where are the rest of the episodes? And why haven't I appeared in it? That's right, Maggot, and why haven't I? I technically appeared, so I'm all good. Oh, where am I, huh? And where am I? I don't honestly care, man. I just want to eat food. And me? And I, the Prince Porky. Well, guys, just give me a couple, I don't know, days, months, whatever. Just let me settle this first. Finish Angry Birds the Golden Egg Saga, no! You know what? Change of plans. I guess I'm making a video about this. So, if you haven't noticed yet, I technically have an Angry Birds show. It's called Angry Birds the Golden Egg Saga. And, well, it was just really me experimenting with different concepts, like, I don't know, my own takes on characters and whatnot. And, well, I had my fun with it, but I don't really like the story I was making. Like, I kind of messed up a lot of things, like, have some things happen too fast and whatnot, instead of building it up dramatically, of course. So, I've decided, after doing a little redesign thing, I'm gonna reboot it. Yeah, it's been like, I think I made the first episodes in like 2023, 2021, maybe, in somewhere in the ballpark. But yeah, I made that series, and I'm gonna reboot it, so I can, well, take my more creative spin on it. Besides, also help me write shows when I eventually launch my own show for my own characters and stuff. But yeah. Also, if you haven't noticed, I redesigned all the Angry Birds. You could tell by the intro and that one video I posted that kind of did crappily. Yeah. But hey, I guess since it's technically an announcement, I can show off the redesigns. Yeah. I mean, the ones I haven't showed off yet. Yeah, so just give me a moment. So, we have Red. We already went over him a bit in my Angry Birds redesign video. I'll post the video link in the description, hopefully, if I don't forget. Kind of forgetful. Next up, Chuck appeared in that same video as Red. I'll go over to more details about him later. The Blues, in which, well, this is Jake, Jim, Jay. Oh, my camera's out of focus. Yeah, so, Jim, Jake, Jay. Alright, there you go. Now for the ones that haven't appeared yet. And since we started out with the birds, I feel like it's only fair we discuss the King Pig. So yeah, decided to give him a kind of like a, guess this is kind of like a cape thing. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It's kind of like a cape thing. I don't know. Anyways, I decided to give him a crown that's kind of like Toon's king pig, where it's taller to signify his royal status. I also gave him unique eyebrows. And yeah, pretty much it. I might do a bit more with his design, but yeah. Also, fun fact, he was gonna have a magnet in his butt, so he can like sit on his little throne thing once I made it. Anyway, next up, Corporal Pig. Yeah, so here's Corporal Pig. I was gonna have his little suit thing be like camo, but I didn't have any camo felt, so I had to use an old jacket. Yeah, not good, but it works. I also added war paint, and also did his little car, which was surprisingly difficult. Not surprisingly difficult, but surprisingly easy. Gave him a strap, and yeah, still got to work on a little accessory for him. Yeah. Next up, we have Foreman Pig. Yeah. So he's wearing overalls, or close to overalls, or whatever. He has a construction hat. He has his more Toons look design, because I really like that one. He doesn't have ears on his helmet, and it's stuck to his head, so yeah. He also has a pencil. This is actually a pencil. You can use this to write. Yeah. So yeah. Next up, we have Bomb. I kind of like how he turned out, kind of not. I might redo him because he's kind of small. Like, hold on. Compared to Red, he's like the same size, which I like my Bomb's a little bigger. But yeah, gave him his headphones, but they're kind of a little wonky. So yeah, I'll try and fix this when I do like redo him, I guess. But yeah, Bomb is pretty neat. Yeah. Next up, Matilda. Matilda is, well, I like how Matilda turned out, surprisingly, since I struggled on this design. Like, I genuinely could not figure out a design other than give her an apron and the bow from the female white bird from Angry Birds, Hugs and Kisses. Yeah. I decided to use the Toon coloring of pink because I didn't exactly have that shade of white that Matilda has under her eyes and the belly, stomach, feather thing, whatever. Yeah. Decided to go with pink. I also used Sharpie to add some details as well as the eyebrows. And you can tell that these are recent, considering like if I you probably can't tell, but if I remove this, the eyebrow would have like a square dent where the bow would go. Yeah. So yeah, Matilda it turned out surprisingly well. Next up, Hal. He's probably the most changed in terms of redesigns and, well, personality-wise. Instead of being a peace guy or whatever to characterize him, I decided to turn him into a cowboy. Reason for this? Because I thought it would be neat. I also decided to give him the front orange beak tip, like I think they haven't reloaded or whatever. I just think it's pretty neat, and I like it. Also, I think you can tell by how loose this is, he does come with a little gun, and it's a cork gun, kind of like Fang the Hunter, Fang the Sniper, Knack the Weasel, whatever you call them. Yeah. And it also can double as a gun holder, so he can also go. Yeah. So yeah, very inspired by some Sonic characters and whatnot. So yeah. Next up, we have Whiz Pig / Chef Pig. Well, yeah, his hat is magnetized to his head, so he can take it off. This is for when I make his chef hat for whatever I do have planned for him. I do have a plan for these guys, but it's a secret, so shh. Yeah, has this magic wand, which is actually made out of part of a feather, pipe cleaners, and some foam. Yeah. Also, his mustache is posable. And, well, you can also use it to hold his wand. Yeah. Yeah. Sadly, I haven't made his cloud yet. I mean, I do have his cloud, but it's too small for him. But yeah. There's Wiz/Chef pick for you. Next up, we have Prince Porky, one of my favorite pigs. Yeah.
Sorry, I don't have an answer for that.
Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, Prince Porky has his little weird, whatever it's called thing. I decided to give him a crown to signify his royalty, since I mean, the purple hat does fine, but like, I wanted him to be more King Pig-ish. Also, you can tell this is actually based off the normal King Pig's crown, so yeah. His feather is significantly smaller than the other design. I might redo it, might not, who knows, but yeah. We have Prince Porky. I think he turned out pretty well. He has little eyebrows that you can't exactly see. Also, his hair and hat are made of clay, since that was easier for me. So yeah, Prince Porky. I will work on his holy hand grenade or whatever later. So yeah. Next up, well, I'll go with next up Hambo. And yeah, so I decided to use some surprising inspiration in one of Spider-Man's villains. That being, I think, Kraven the Hunter, or I think that's how you pronounce his name, whatever. Yeah, so this guy's a bounty hunter. Yeah, so originally he was going to have a scar on one of his eyebrows, but I decided to change that, give it to a different character that you'll probably see later. But he does have a cannon thing, and yeah, this is actually 3D printed, if you couldn't tell. Got myself a 3D printer, which is pretty neat. Yeah. This took a while to print, though, because of all the colors. But yeah. We have Hambo, the bounty hunter. I think he turned out pretty well, especially his little jacket thing. So yeah. Also, I decided to make him kind of bigger than normal pigs, but he's the same size as King Pig, which I find kind of cool, since it kind of implies he's stronger than other pigs. Also, he isn't, like, I guess, I don't know. Yeah. Hambo. Yeah. Now for the birds. We'll start out with Icebird. And if you couldn't tell by the mask, I used some inspiration from Whisper the Wolf from the Sonic comics. Yeah. Don't worry. His mask does come off, revealing his white eyes. The white eyes are actually little design aspects I would gonna use for like a humanoid Icebird, but I decided to use them for this. It's mask, and if you recognize this from the Sonic version, I'm kind of taking some inspiration for those guys, but some different ones. He also has a little, I guess, cloak / jacket thing. He also has some cracks on his body to make him like not exactly really, to make him not like a perfect ice cube. Like, he's been through some crap. Yeah. So Icebird, I think he turned out pretty well. Oops. It's also, I think, a little lighter than everybody else. Let's use a different clay for him. But yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Next up, we have Bubbles. I decided to give him a giant hat because, well, I think it would look cool, especially when he inflates. I gotta work on that, though. But yeah. Also, I don't think you can exactly see, but his beak is actually made of Play-Doh. You can tell by this little crack right here. Yeah. Originally it was felt, but I decided to switch it to Play-Doh because more structured, yeah. But the rest of him is not made of Play-Doh. Yeah, the same Play-Doh. Oh, not the same clay as Icebird says Frost, whatever I call him. Yeah. Also, yes. Also, you know, if you recognize This shirt is a reference to, well, FNAF. Because my Angry Birds, my Sonic Bubbles thing had like a blackened shirt with white stripes. It's reference the crying child from FNAF, so I decided to pull it over from that guy here. Yeah. I think he turned out surprisingly well, especially the eyes. And I didn't even need to make the eyebrows because the hat covered them. Yeah. So I think the hat does wonders, and yeah. He's a silly Billy, and yeah, I love him. Alright. Next up, we have Terrence. Should have started with this guy first, but whatever. So yeah. I used my old Terrence I made. You can see him in the first episode of my series. The reason I decided to reuse him is because if it ain't fixed, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. If it's broken, don't fix it. Yeah, I think my Terrence was still good today, even to my today's standards. I just had to refurbish him a bit with better eyebrows and, well, pupils. Yeah, also some better head feathers. But yeah, he is honestly just a giant, kind of small Angry Birds plushie with a pom-pom in the middle. He's really squishy, and well, I really like how he turned out. Other than like maybe some glue stains from here and there because I used to be messier, but hey, still pretty good, especially for my standards. Yeah. So yeah, this is Terrence. Alright, there we go. Now for more pigs, or the last 3 pigs. Let's begin with an Audie. This is the electric wizard pig from Angry Birds Epic. I plan on doing the other 2 element pigs, that being the fire and ice one. But yeah, made him his little like zap wand thing or whatever. I used tinfoil for the hat because I'm pretty sure his hat's supposed to be tinfoil. Yeah, not much has changed from the original design other than like this little different shade of yellow and little things on his hat. I chose this because it kind of looked like the base of a light bulb, and I thought it would be cool. So yeah, electric wizard pig or whatever he's called. So yeah, bow. There we go. Next up we have, well, technically this isn't a bird, but I mean isn't a pig, but still a villain. So yeah, Gale. Here's Gale. I tried to I decided to try and make her look like really fancy. So I gave her like a dress / thing. Also gave her bare eyes, and unlike the Stella, I'm gonna put this shelf next. In the Stella, unlike like Stella, which I can't show because she's for later. Her eyes are just solid yellow, no black part in the middle. Reason for this is because I kind of like the idea of her being possessed, like greed possessing her, so her eyes are like this because they're, well, greedy for the golden egg or whatever. I don't know how to describe it. Yeah. Also, these aren't her actual feathers. These are just part of the dress. I just wanted to make her look more standoutish and fancy. Also, if you haven't noticed, her crown's kind of tilted, which I kind of like. But she still has the little whatever this is called. Guess cape part thing, whatever. Yeah. So yeah, Gale. Try to give her more presents. Next up, Big Work. He's pretty simple. He's just a big board, but he has a apron. Yeah, nothing much to say other than I do have some plans for this guy. Also, he's not a perfect sphere. He's kind of lumpy, little dent right there, but hey, he's still pretty good. Surprisingly, same size as my Terrence. Actually, a little smaller, but it still works. For some reason, he has a dent, even though I didn't mean for that to happen. So yeah, whoopsies. So yeah. Alright. Now for the last of the birds. Next up, Stella. I used an old clay model I had of Stella for this, and yeah, I took inspiration from, like, I guess graffiti artists or whatever they're called. Yeah, kind of like that. So she has a mask, which can kind of come off, kind of not. Yeah, she has a beak. So I also gave her some. I think I did a good job on the eyes, personally. Yeah, we have, and like I was saying with Gale, you can actually see the blue and the black, unlike Gale's, who is all yellow. You can also see where I accidentally got some Sharpie on her head feathers, so we'll just say that's an accident. Yeah. So she's wearing that jacket with the hoodie up. So yeah, that's Stella, and I think she turned out pretty well. Next up, Silver. I decided to lean into the whole smart side of her by making her a mechanic with some fancy goggles on her head, and well, I guess I don't know what this outfit's called, but yeah, yeah. Originally, she was gonna have like a scientist outfit, but decided to go with an engineer. Yeah. This is also my original Silver. I mean, like, this is like the Silver I used in my series. The reason for this is because I 3D printed a new one that I was gonna use for my series, but then I decided not to. Yeah. So yeah. Here's Silver in all her mechanic glory. And now, finally, we have the last bird. Technically he's a pig, but hey. Well, he's still part of the flock in my series, so here's Leonard. So yeah, Leonard. I tried to give him like a rogue-ish outfit with the whole little head, whatever this is called. Yeah, hoodie thing. Yeah. So, yeah. Here's Leonard. Still has his beard. You couldn't tell. Can't see his tail, sadly. Yep, this is Leonard. And, well, surprisingly, I like how he turned out. Which I originally thought he was going to look bad. Hey, there we go. Now, technically, I do have some extra stuff, but they're, like, accessories, I guess. First, we have the Extroid. That looks like cheese. Pretty simple, in my opinion. And we have an ice spear. Yeah. Now, there's one character I made, but for obvious reasons, I can't show him. But let's just say I have some plans for him. Yeah, whatever. But yeah. So yeah, that's it all. Oh yeah. Probably gonna redesign Bomb before the first episode, so yeah. Yeah. So, prepared for the Angry Birds Golden Egg Saga remake. Yeah. Alright, bye bye.